Everybody, hey, don't get anxious, get prepared. Your career engineer right here. Boy, 12 o'clock covers really fast when you are having like incredible fun. So I want to thank you all for being here, those catching us live and later here on TCE broadcast. Remember, we're here 12 noon, and you can find us everywhere at our TCEnow.com and, of course, our myTCEnow.com. Find out about our network and all the great things involved with that. We increase your education, exposure, encouragement, and you save lots of money on TCE career and business consulting, resume, interview preparation, and social media. That's why. Boom, right there you are. So again, while we're here this afternoon, we also are we'll take your questions and comments and things as we talk about the things that are very important to us right now. Of course, if you haven't subscribed to our newsletter, you want to do that. Subscribe.tcenow.com. Goes out every Friday early in the morning, loaded with stuff that you can look through and not stuff you can look through. That was a poor choice of words. You know what I'm saying. It has 200,000 job leads, lots of articles, tips, and tricks for you to get ready to do what you have to do. I mean, it's loaded with great stuff. So check it out. While I'm live with you this afternoon, too, you can post your questions or comments, and we will definitely answer them because we want to make sure this is an opportunity for you to network and do all types of things. I am in a different location today. I'm in my office, actually. Like, this is the room where it happens, y'all. This is the room where it happens, right? How cool is that? The room where it happens. So, but anyway, thank you for being here and knowing what's up. So earlier today, I talked about, what's important in terms of we go through things a year later with networking and what I've seen, even me, I'm having my first, it's kind of like a private quasi public. It's like a deep dish connection for people who I really have relationship with. And we're going to do one. And what was interesting is that it was strongly suggested to me by folks who helped me to put this type of thing together is the whole part of what's new in terms of how we have folks come together now 1 year later. And so I'm going to share some things of what people who are moving forward, who are doing these things, what's new 1 year later with networking, because hopefully everything you did last year, you were still prepping for what I call, we were at a place of, I don't know. And then now all of a sudden we're at a place of suddenly, right? You have employers kind of overwhelmed that they cannot, I'll put the cannot, not can, but cannot fill seats. They cannot get people hired. I just had a conversation on Facebook with someone who saw one of our posts and shared her daughter will be starting a job in June, and which is great, a state opportunity. And the daughter she networked and she negotiated. And the mom was surprised she got what she wanted. See, this is the environment where your networking and your negotiations can pay off. Ask for what you want. You'd be surprised. Companies are ready to give it to you. So anyway, I say all that to say it's a great time to be a job seeker or changer right now. The market is there's a limit of demand, high performance workers, and you can really do some things. But right now I'm going to focus on networking. And here's something that I want you guys all to know. It's something I've always said, that a networking is here. This is the definition. Hey, Mr. Jones, I'm glad you tuned in there. I saw your comment a moment ago, and I'm open for all of your comments while we're live here. I am really live. This is not, I was going to say Memorex, but if I say Memorex, you'll know what the age scope I am, right? If I say that. But anyway, that was a joke. So anyway, it's not who you know, it's who knows you. That's what we call TCE networking, and that's what we call our TCE push-up. It's not who you know, it's who knows you. So it's not a whole bunch of numbers about, I know these folks or things of that nature. I got all these business cards or whatever, those business cards were back in the day. It's not who you know, it's who knows you. I got the wrong banner on. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to get together. You can tell I changed some things here, but it's who knows you. So the key of the matter is to make sure you're networking again 1 year later. How are you getting the folks that know you? Okay, what are you doing? Hopefully you've been maximize your online. We had to do that for a year, but now that we're getting ready to go back, what's important? This is our formula for successful connectivity, successful networking, relationship building, successful use of your time. You have to show up, you have to step up, and you got to follow up. It really is that simple. If you're a member of our Career Engineers Network, that's what we talk about all day long, 24/7, right? You have to show up. You've got to step up and you've got to follow up. So let me share with you some new things that I'm seeing in the show up category, the step up category, and of course, the follow-up category. And again, we welcome your comments and your questions, and you can look at our tickler down below to see how you can find us and all kind of good stuff. So let's look at the show up category, what I'm seeing. And this is where I was leading a little bit with our an event I'm going to do for I blend a lot of my worlds that I have, and we did it kind of on pause obviously last year, but this year we're doing it differently. So a lot of the show up events, I've looked at conferences that are coming up that's going to be inside, traditional venues. I've looked at and these are conferences for business, conferences for leisure. Some of you are all, you're involved in different activities. Folks are coming back to the conference world again. And this is what they're putting. Now, they have it in more of a better wording than this, but it's like, if you vaccinated, you can come. If you're not, you can't. And these are private events that are doing this. So they can, the marketplace can do what the marketplace wants it to do. And I'm seeing this more than not. And there's another phrase that sounds a little bit softer, but the bottom line is vaccination, please. If you're not vaccinated, don't come. You have to prove vaccination at registration. You may have to prove vaccination at day of the event. I mean, and these are the kind of clauses that are happening in the show up. The ones that are on offline. So the online world, I don't think the virtual stuff is going to disappear. You might see hybrid. We have a lot of companies and organizations that put good money into these new platforms to be able to still connect, because there's there's future thinking that what if something like this happens again? Are we going to be ready? Do we have infrastructure in place to handle a virtual only? And yes, now we do. So I don't think you're going to see that virtual disappear, but for the hungry, all of us are hungry for human interaction again. If you're not vaccinated, you might get your feelings hurt. I'm just saying. So just get it together. Next, what we're finding out 1 year later with the StepUP. It's still good, when you're going to be in the space with other human beings in different ways. There's going to be some things that's going to change 1 year later. Who's shaking hands? I don't know. I don't think. In fact, when I say I don't know, I mean like they ain't doing it. I mean they're not doing it. I have seen this cool trend though, wearing gloves. Right? I mean, people will shake hands with gloves on. I've seen that. I mean, I've seen, again, if you saw the inauguration. When Jill Biden, I think Jill Biden and Michelle Obama, I think I know Jill Biden had on gloves that matched her outfit. That's what I saw. And it goes way back. I mean, if you look back in the 60s, Jackie O always wore gloves when she was out and about shaking hands of the folks. So it's like, it might be have matching gloves. Who knows? That might be the way to bring handshakes back. But again, when you're stepping up, make sure your content is current. Content needs to be current. So whatever social platform, your favorite one that you're on, please make sure you've got something up there that didn't look like you posted it the day before the networking event, or that is like just so irrelevant. So make sure it's current. So how do you do that? Keep it current. I mean, once a week or whatever your strategy is, keep it current. We can tell when you just stuck it up there last night before coming to this event. Just keep it current, right? But your phone is your friend. It's your friend, right? If you want to connect with me, I can look at your LinkedIn. We can, if we really sense a strong synergy energy going on, we can exchange numbers. We can WhatsApp. We can do all kinds of things. So the phone is your new friends. But the key part now to really step up a year later, I don't see a whole lot of business cards. I don't see a whole lot of handshaking, but I do see us making sure our tech savvy is up and that we are current and our social. Follow up. This is the big part of failure. It happens all the time. Folks will network online and offline. I've seen it both ways. In fact, I just sent a follow-up message to someone that reached out to me maybe a month ago. And to do something 3 weeks after our initial month of connectivity. I haven't seen it yet, so I'm following up again. It'll be my last follow up though, because I don't keep following up, and that's a sign. If you have to keep following up, hey, don't overdo it either. However, we're going to follow up, and you'll look for that synergy energy, and you need to be able to kind of scale what's synergy energy for you. I know for me, I'm all about opportunity, access, and intel, right? Because those are the three areas I'm looking to grow in. Someone else got a better way of me doing something, or I got a better way of them doing something. intel. Boom. Maybe there's some social, some synergy energy there. Access to what I know that I want, opportunities of what I know that are good. So for me to know what's good, I got to know, right? I got to know. I can't expect them to know what I need. So you have to know what you need and know your why, but you want to make sure you follow up with them. And I always say, I mean, in COVID world was like almost immediately, but when we get back to being with people again, can you imagine that? Um, it would be great to do it within, 24 hours, 48 hours, kind of what I used to say, on the way they want you to follow up with them. Okay. On the way they want you to follow up with them. That's what's important. You can't be your way. Ask them, how would you, I'd love to follow up. How would you like for me to reach out to you? They'll tell you, call me on the phone, send me a LinkedIn, send me an email, or don't call me at all, right? So it's important for you in that follow up to find out, both of you, to know how to follow up. So for me, for example, I'm a big fan of LinkedIn. Follow up with me on LinkedIn. That's always my best place. All right. So that's kind of where we are. And again, it's all about knowing what's going to change 1 year later, what's different here in networking. I'm excited to see that we're coming back. So make sure that you're ready. So remember, don't get anxious. Get prepared. I'm glad that we're here with you today. Remember, I'm here every what am I here? I'm here every God, I just had that Mondays, right? 12 noon. That was a test, y'all. So anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. And remember, don't get anxious. Always, always get prepared. We'll see you guys next week.